isn't any thin metal either. Like, that isn't thin. This is a bracket that holds the oil cooler, and as you can see, it was
perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the AutoLess YouTube channel. If you're already a family member, thank you, and what's swinging, fam? So, if you didn't see the last video, you don't know that I'm driving the once was majestic, beautiful LCI 7 Series known as Olivia. Lowered, stretched, beautiful 22-inch Alpina-like wheels, crazy stagger, OE, BMW floating, or sit upright center caps. All of that stuff is ruined. As you can see now, I'm driving about 50 miles an hour, because if I go anything higher than that, she shakes like a $2 scripper, so I don't know exactly what's going on. I bought a set of, just for a little update or recap, I bought a set of used tires from Orlando, used tires and wheels, OE wheels that came on this exact car, same style, and they have 4 different brand tires on them. None of the 4 tires have anything to do with each other. So I'm actually driving back to my old spot where I have a garage, and Sasha is actually kept, because I need to at least crank her up, drive her around the neighborhood a couple of times. You don't want to let a BMW just sit there forever. That'll cause some problems. So I at least want to crank her up. Then we're going to get Olivia on the jack stands, drop the shields to see exactly what's damaged under the car.
A few moments later.
So we finally got Olivia in the garage. So I'm definitely gonna jack her up so we can see exactly what's going on up under here, because the way she feels and the way she sounds, I know it's crazy. So let's get this Harbor Freight 3-ton up under the body. But first I'm gonna take Sasha and bring her back and park her here in the driveway, get her out of my old neighbor's driveway. Man, she sounds good. I miss driving this car. And for those of you who don't know, the reason I don't drive Sasha is because her AC compressor is blown, and I have an inner chiller system on this car. So without the AC compressor, you see that little gauge right here, this little gauge right here, that's the temperature of my inner chiller tank. Right now it's okay. It's 67 degrees, but drive around town for a few minutes, that 67 degrees is probably gonna turn into a 110, 115. So imagine what the intake temps are gonna be. I definitely don't want a chance hurting my engine, trying to, drive the car around. So I definitely have to swap those AC parts out, which I do have brand new in Olivia's trunk. All right, we got the car on jack stands, and the bad thing about Olivia is you have to jack her up on one side, slide some wood under the tire, then jack her up from the center jack point because her center jack point is so far back. So, like I told you guys, I didn't get a good chance to look under here in the daytime, but you can see that grill is damaged. The front bumper there is damaged. The front bumper there is damaged. And I thought there was no damage to the undershields because this is how far this is the farthest I saw. But as you can see, there's definitely damage to the undershield, and the center jack point has damage on it as well, and it's a piece of wood lodged in there. So I'm gonna drop this center shield, and you can see where the sway bar is damaged on both sides. That end link looks good, but if you look at this end link, you can see that it's bent. You know, it looks like a boomerang. So I'm definitely gonna get those off now, and I have two brand new end links there on the ground. So I hope nothing else is wrong under here, but we're finna find out soon. So I have the under trays off, and it definitely doesn't look good, but if you understood how lucky I was, let me show you exactly how lucky I was. I'm gonna show you the under tray first. So this is the engine, well, this is Olivia's engine under tray next to Sasha's, which as you can see, Sasha's is a lot shorter than Olivia's, but it's definitely scraped, and you know, like down here it's opened up a little, like right there, I can put my finger through it, but I mean, it's salvageable, you know, but I think I'm just gonna, and over here it's kind of messed up, but I think I'm just gonna order the plastic version. They have an aftermarket plastic version that gets rid of this oil soaking up thing right here, so I'm gonna get rid of that. But what you really need to see is under the car, so let me get under here and show you. So as you can see, if okay, right here where this is a bracket that holds the oil cooler, and as you can see, it was definitely hit. Look, pieces of aluminum are still falling as I rub it, you know, so that's damaged, but thank God the oil cooler isn't damaged. And then as you can see, my aftermarket intercooler actually sits lower than that. So I don't know why this thing isn't smashed to pieces, because it sits a lot lower than that. And over here, yeah, as you can see here, even on the driver's side, the sway bar was smashed too. So it's so much stuff that was missed, like this, my electronic steering rack, you know, this was lower than the oil cooler bracket. That wasn't hit. You know, it's so crazy. And as you can see here, the center jack point is like gouged out. It's not dented. So you see it's supposed to be in that shape so it could drop down through the actual, you know, cover. But you see this shield is pretty much gone anyways. This shield here is destroyed on the driver's side, I meant passenger side. As you can see how the front bumper looks, you know, you can actually peel that off. It's hanging down. And the sway bar end on this side, you can see it was hit pretty hard as well. So I'm really surprised to see nothing else all bent up. You know, like I said, I have polyurethane bushings on almost everything, so that probably saved a lot of stuff too from like bushings breaking and cracking. But you could also see that the sway bar is way offset because of that link, that end link there is bent so bad. So I'm gonna get it out and compare them to one that's not bent so you guys can see how bad it is. Another thing I noticed, it was hit so hard that it knocked the little transmission cover that sits at the bottom of the transmission that covers the little bell housing access hole that was sitting on the lower tray, so it knocked that out. That's crazy. But the transmission is in great condition. But look at this. And this isn't any thin metal either. Like, that isn't thin. That's just how hard it was hit. You know, and I think I found out why the tires are shaking, you know, or the car is shaking. Let me see if you guys can hear this. Let me sit this down. I don't know if you hear that, but that's water sloshing around in there. And what makes that even worse, that water sloshing around in there, is that the company, which is one of the biggest wheel and tire companies in Central Florida, they popped those on for me, and they took the TPMS sensors out of my old wheels and put them in these wheels, and they didn't take the water out, knowing that the water isn't going to even out. It's just going to slosh around and throw the car off balance at high speed. So I'm going right back up there after I put these sway bar links on so they can do this the correct way. So after some beating with hammers, you know, hell and high water, I finally have the sway bar in, new sway bar end links. You know, I just took the sway bar all the way out. As you can see, that's a brand new end link on that side. This side wasn't even bent, but just in case it was bent even 1 millimeter or centimeter, I replaced that one too. And if you look under here, now the sway bar sits correctly and evenly. And you can see a lot of the damage that it caused. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that with some black paint while I'm out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this car back together and get her down, and hopefully once they take the water out of these 2 front tires, or I think it's 1 rear tire and 1 front tire, you know, it balances out correctly, because this is ridiculous. I need new tires anyways. As you can see, this is the BF Good wrench. This is a Eagle, Goodyear Eagle. So we have a BF Good wrench, Goodyear Eagle, and then a Michelin. So that's 3 different tires. And let's see what this last one is. And this last one is a Delante Thunder. So that's 4 different tread patterns. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to give you the smoothest ride anyways, with 4 different tread patterns rolling at the same time.
The next day.
So it's actually the next day, and after getting all those parts installed, you know, I went out and test drove the car, and it drove 100% better. Even it drives 100% better, even though it's water in the tires, and anything over 50 miles an hour makes it shake off the road. So I do have new tires on the way already, thank God. But because just the look, I mean, I hate the look, and it has that BF Good wrench tire that looks like an off-road tire. I don't see how anybody buys that tire for a car, a sedan, coupe, or anything besides an SUV or a truck. But standing still in place, you know, lock to lock, I mean, it sounds like a 2-ton, you know, diesel truck, you know, joints popping in the morning. I mean, it's crazy how loud it is. So I'm sure it's the inner or outer tie rods. Most likely the inner tie rods, because I just replaced the outer like a month and a half ago, and those look to be perfectly fine, perfectly good condition when I crawled under there to swap out the sway bar end links. So I put 2 inner tie rods on order, and hopefully that'll rectify that situation. You know, and then I'm gonna rush to get an alignment this time. No plan, because I have new tires on there and all new suspension components. I don't even want to drive the car until I get an alignment. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this straightens her out. You know, besides the front bumper is pretty much ruined, but I have a surprise coming in the future for that. I won't be going with the same front bumper, and it won't be an OE front bumper either. So, and that's as much as I'm gonna say about it. And it should make the car look very nice and tasteful, as well as match the rear end on it with the new G10, G11 lights, whatever chassis it is for the new 7 Series. So yeah, that's pretty much where we at right now for Olivia. And Sasha's up. You know, I have our AC and inner chiller parts in the back hatch, and I'm trying to get her back, you know, blowing coal and inner chiller, icing things up as soon as possible. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.